Hey, I'm Megan, and this is 10 microeducation apps in 10 days. It's a self-imposed challenge where I build one tiny functional shareable app every single day for 10 days straight.
Look at the name that it came up with, Mailbird. All right, hi everyone. This is day one of 10 apps in 10 days. It is Labor Day, September 1st, and I am going to start with type mail, which I ran a prompt through, actually I ran it through ChatGPT first, and then I ran it through Claude to improve the prompt. But basically I asked it to build this app that my friend Jen, our district's teacher of the year, asked me to build. So she had said to me, you know how Typing Club allows kids to see the word and they type it. I want to set up a way the teacher can choose what it says because I want the kids to email their teachers and classmates, but they have to do it the Typing Club way. So then I had told ChatGPT what I've used before, and from that it gave me a prompt that I could put into Bolt, and then I threw that into Claude and got an upgraded prompt here. I'm in the middle of the screen here, but that's because I'm about to record 4 different windows in Bolt running the same prompt. I copied that into Bolt, so you can see I have 4 different windows open that are going to run the same prompt at the same time. So let's get them running now. So this is something that I do often. I mean, I don't do a split screen like this typically, but for me, it's easier to get ideas from running the prompt on what I actually want it to look like. Sometimes Bolt will create a feature that I really like, and sometimes you can take different components from different runs of it instead of going in and trying to make it redo something that you have in your mind. So I'm going to run through it right now. The goal of this is I want to have a app that the teachers can go in. So there's a teacher dashboard side of it, and then they can create what the emails will be and then assign it to students. So if we can get the dashboard up and include users today, that would be really awesome. And then on the student component, I want students to be able to log into a very kid-friendly, user-friendly platform where they can then open that email that they're supposed to send. They practice typing. It gives them feedback based on whether they type the correct letters or not. We'll see how good we can get the feedback to be in one day, but eventually it would be nice if the student makes the same mistake multiple times to show a pop-up that, not a pop-up, like a modal that shows where to place their fingers on the keyboard. But that likely will be too complicated for a one-day app. So my plan with 10 micro apps in 10 days is I have mapped out the 10 apps I want to build. There are 3 days out of the 10 that are longer days for me. Today's Labor Day, so I don't have to work. And then there's the Saturday and Sunday coming up at the end of this week. So on those days, I have apps that are a little more involved so that I can work on them and like show a longer process. The goal in this is to show what's possible. If you are working a full-time job, I really want to show educators. You do have time to experiment with AI, to build with AI, and it is now possible. If you think you want something, you can create it.
After running the prompt several times and having 6 working versions to choose from, I ended up going with this one because I like the overall look of it. It has pretty good bones, and I can customize it to look the way that I want. Next, I went to Midjourney and created a few different mascot options.
Okay, so I asked Claude to come up with some mascot ideas, and I ended up going with the postal bird. And so I asked Claude to give it a name. And look at the name that it came up with, Mailbird. I don't know why it came up with any other names after that, because Mailbird is the best name that there ever was. So our mascot is a little bird named Mailbird.
I had ChatGPT create a character sheet, and then the logo with a transparent background, bringing Mailbird to life. Then I connected my Bolt project to GitHub so that I can connect my code to Claude. I copied the initial prompt I used, created a new project in Claude, and linked my GitHub repo. This will allow Claude to reference my project directly via GitHub. I ran a prompt telling Claude to analyze my repo, consider my initial prompt, and create a README with our build plan. Then I went into GitHub and opened my project with GitHub Desktop, cloned the repo, and opened it in VS Code. I pasted in the README, and now I was ready to begin editing type mail. After a few hours of work, I was able to transform my app into this. Custom backgrounds, fonts, and icons can take a basic AI-generated app and make it look much more unique and give it a personality. Now we have a working typing app. Teachers can add emails for students to type, preview the email, then save it. The link can be copied and given to a student to then start the typing game. We will add auth for teachers so that their view is different from a student's. But for now, we have a working app that even comes with achievements.